Hi, Gemmy. Thank you for joining me for your November Psychic Tarot reading. My name is Audrey Alison, and I'm using the Alchemical Tarot by Robert M. Place. Gemmy, happy November. Let's see what we have going on here. You know, your ruling planet retrogrades November 25th through December 15th. So it begins in Sagittarius, your 7th house, this retrograde. So they're coming in from the woodworks, your previous relationships. And then it returns into, retrogrades into Scorpio for about 7 or 8 days in December. And that is your 6th house of health. So you need to tread lightly, don't push too hard. Tend to your physical self with ease in that time period, Gemmy. Let's see what we have here, but expect those incoming messages from lovers from the past, people that you had relationships with, because of where, not only the retrograde itself, but because where it occurs for you. It's in your relationship sector. Okay, we like this. Let's start out with our creation, our manifestation. What does Gemmy want? Where do you envision yourself? Where do you see yourself? What are you creating? Ooh, the dwelling, a celebration. Gemini sees himself secure and happy. And there's a reason to celebrate in November. 9 of Swords, well, facing your fears and restlessness. So Mars has entered Leo. And for Gemini, Mars is sextiling your sun sign placement right now. And this creates a lot of restlessness for Gemini and anxiousness. We already have a high running nervous system. So when Mars sextiles us or affects or aspects us in a way that we can be influenced by that planet's interpretation, I feel like it increases our restlessness at night, our shaking of our hands, we can't sit still, our feet move, we have restless leg syndrome, all of it. That's what this energy is giving, but there's an excitability to this. There's anxiousness because there's something to celebrate. Oh, it is election season in the States, so things can be nervous and hectic in general. Mastering your environment and occupation is maybe what Gemini is envisioning here. There's also a strong earth sign energy, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn here. What does Gemini want to be when they grow up? That's funny. What do you want to do? Where do you see yourself? Face your fears, and let's head towards this high level of financial security. Changes are going to be made. Put an end to fear. Expect change. It's all there is. This card came up a lot in a lot of the signs because it is a time of change. This card represents not only the Scorpio season that we're in, but it's Pluto, the planet of change, death, rebirth, regeneration. And Pluto is entering Aquarius and leaving Capricorn officially after a 16 to 18-year transit. And that is going to create major shifts. And for Gemini, it's shifts in your financial resources, security, and there's changes ahead. Now we have water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Gemini, there's a duality to you. You might have 2 people going on here in your life, or just dating a few at a time and not really anchored down. But there's a narrowing of something. Ace of Wands is one major attraction. Oh, And I like that this is pointing up to the Magician. The Ace of Wands is saying, go for it. Nine of Swords, face your fears and create what you want to create. You are the one responsible for your action in life. Nobody else. So let's do it. Let's go for it. Another ace. Fresh starts. Take action. New source of health and wealth. Touching another coin card. Gemini, you're sleeping on something. Let's get it going. You put an end to something that needs your resuscitation because there's prosperity behind it. And the universe is always conspiring to prosper you. You just happen to get in the way as a human. The Magician is saying you can create anything at any time. So don't forget what you initiated. You put an end to something and it's time to pick it back up because there's worth around it. Oof! Let's go. We're going to shake it up here. We're going to shake things up. By next eclipse season, which is March 14th and 29th, there is a birthing to something here that Gemini is working on or going to pick back up again. And also relationship is ahead of you and unexpectedly. There's a spring love ahead for Gemini, but this is further out. I'm hearing March of 2025. And that is eclipse season, tower, shakeups, eclipse, what is being brought in. Yeah, well, I'm hearing a little bit further out. But in November, pick up the pen again. Get to your laptop again. Face what you're afraid of. And do it recklessly. Just do it with wild abandon. Is that it? Just don't tolerate the fear. You're capable of what you started. You're capable of finishing it. You have reward in the form of new source of happiness or new health, wealth, new source of it. But this is a really strong connection that can be eclipsed in or unexpectedly here. And honestly, it doesn't have to always be an eclipse season, but that's what I heard here. By spring, you have something finished that if you start it back up again, and then relationship is available then. In general, you can meet anyone at any time. You know that. You could step out of the house and anything can happen. Be present out there in the world. And if you'd like a personal reading, I am at audreyalison.com, Gemini. I read all through the week. We can look at your personal birth chart and cards and hone in on what you need to hear. Gemini, I'm at audreyalison.com. I love you. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.
Got a small head.